Craig. I'm running in District 6. My background is I'm a private sector guy. I work in a startup company. I'm the general counsel of a startup company called Flycast. In the past, I've worked at other technology companies. So I've spent my entire professional career in the technology space. And I'm a longtime resident of Soma. I live in Folsom between 4th and 5th. I've been there since 2002. I want to push 4 main things that I'm going to push in the district. The first is a citywide issue, which is the city's economy. The city's economy is not good. We have unemployment is 10%, a little higher than 10%. And that doesn't count the people who have stopped looking for jobs. So this is a real problem. The city has a problem with our economy. I think the thing we need to do is we need to get more companies here. Unfortunately, we overregulate a lot of small business in San Francisco. And the regulations, they mean well in the beginning, but no government regulation ever dies. You have this regulation and that, and this permit is required, and more and more. And you make it very hard even to open a restaurant in San Francisco. Whereas it should be easy to start businesses because that's how we get jobs. We need to look well towards the future to what is our economy going to be. Looking down the line, I think what we should do is we should push our economy in terms of the new digital media and technology. Now, we used to be more of a manufacturing city. Like it or hate it, it doesn't matter. Those days are gone. Those jobs aren't coming back. And if we can't build that economy anymore because that economy doesn't exist and isn't going to exist. It may be better if it did, but it's out of our hands. The forces outside of our control have eliminated shipbuilding in the United States. So I want to push the economy. The second thing is in District 6 especially, public safety is a big issue. For too long, we haven't really thought of that as a problem in District 6. I think it's a big deal. What I support, the easiest thing we can do is go after the low-hanging fruit. I think there are maybe 1 or 2% of the people are causing 95% of the problems. We can stop the open drug dealing. As I was walking here about 2 blocks away, I saw a guy shooting up about 3:30 in the afternoon right over his armpit. Open drug dealing and open drug use on the streets is not the kind of quality of life that makes San Francisco a better place. I think that hurts us. The third thing I want to look at is good government. This should be a nonpartisan issue. You look at city government, it's not very efficient, and we end up spending too much money on things we don't need. And the easy example I use, our city spends $200 million a year on IT for its employees. That's $7,000 per employee per year we're spending on computers. That's way more money than is necessary in the private sector, and we're wasting a lot of money. And that's tens of millions of dollars a year that could be going towards muni, it could be going towards services. And the reason is because every department buys their own. There's no centralized system. And what we need, and we are a large, complex organization, we need one director of IT who's in charge of doing all the buying, and who's more knowledgeable about this. We don't need a committee. We don't need to hire a retired political person. We need to hire someone, and we're lucky. We're 30 miles from Silicon Valley, where there are tons and tons of these people available. We need to hire someone to really work and can save us a lot of money. And that's money that we can then turn around and spend on the things that everyone wants to spend money on instead of services. I mean, we want to spend money on unity. We want to spend money on services. That's really important. And I guess the last thing I'd like to look at is the development in District 6. District 6 is obviously a hotbed for development. I support that. I think it's very important both for the Bay Area. It's not just a San Francisco issue, it's a Bay Area issue. We have population pressure. And as far as I'm concerned, every person that we house in San Francisco is one less person, and they're paving over Contra Costa County. So I think environmentally, it's the right thing to do to bring people to San Francisco. I think we have to build up. We don't have any more land here. And one of the few places it makes sense to build is District 6. I mean, we can't build in North Beach, and you can't build in Pacific Heights, and the marina doesn't have any soil. So one of the few places you could actually build is in District 6. I support the developments that have happened, and I think we will need to do more of them. I think because in District 6 it's transit rich. It's relatively easy for people with the new housing on Market Street. They can take community downtown to work. They don't have to have a car. They can bike, they can walk, they can do any one of a number of things.